As most of you know, we're surrounded by software, dashboards, platforms, CRMs, analytical tools. The default belief is that if something lives in software, it's handled, preserved, and accessible forever.
That belief rarely gets challenged, especially in aviation where complexity is high and decisions unfold over long timelines. At ABCI, we recently looked at our own client history, not anecdotes, actual data, and what it showed was instructive.
Some of our clients stay with us for 10 years or longer, and most of the software we use to keep track of them isn't that old.
That's important because aviation is a long cycle marketing game, and long cycle businesses have a memory problem when they rely on software. There are a lot of really good reasons that we still send actual binders. Let me show you one. This is what we're sending to clients this month. It's a physical binder. We put it in a physical box. We send it in the physical mail, right?
Yep.
Cool.
Software reporting usually focuses on short-term data. Paper preserves continuity through organization and technology changes. Paper also improves executive focus and decision quality.
Absolutely. Most of the really successful people that I know use paper. We sent these out last month to our clients. These are little notebooks in the tradition of Leonardo da Vinci, Isaac Newton, all of the people that we know. And Stephen Covey, I used to work for Franklin Covey. He carried notebooks and, in fact, is the a huge proponent of the Covey organizer or, the Covey. And I still carry one of those organizers.
And the U.S. military uses a form of this.
Exactly. They call it their brain that they carry around, right?
That's right. The brain book.
So most software platforms are optimized for speed, usability, and current performance, not for preserving detailed historical data indefinitely. Old data gets summarized, granularity disappears, reports change format or stop existing altogether.
Even when data technically still exists, it's often no longer comparable. Metrics definitions change, dashboards get redesigned, filters and assumptions shift. You're left with trends, not evidence.
Absolutely. So printed binders solve a different problem. They lock information in time. They preserve what was measured, how it was measured, what decisions were based on that data. And in a business where client relationships span multiple years or even decades, that performance really matters, right?
That permanence really matters. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Aviation marketing is long cycle, paper preserves continuity. Aviation marketing doesn't work on impulse. It's trust-driven, reputation-driven, and cumulative. The same questions come up repeatedly. What did we try last time? Why did we change direction? What actually worked and when?
Exactly. Software dashboards are great for now. They're terrible at explaining why, right? Printed reports create continuity across staff turnover, leadership changes, platform migration, vendor changes. They become institutional memory, not just archived data.
And when ABCI works with clients over multiple years, that continuity compounds. Each year's results mean more when you can physically review what came before it. Printed binders improve decision quality and executive focus.
Right. It is really hard to get the attention of decision makers. And often they're making so many decisions. It's hard to get that continuity from one year to the next, or from one quarter to the next, or even from 1 month to the next.
Exactly.
Things move really quickly. So here's something most people won't say out loud. If a report lives only inside the software, most executives will never really see it.
Dashboard require logins, filters, context, time, and in practice, that means they're reviewed sporadically, usually when there's a problem.
Exactly. We have some CEOs and founders that are very reluctant to sit in front of a computer to make a decision. A printed binder changes behavior. When reports are physically reviewed quarterly or annually, they force deliberate conversation. They slow the room way down, right?
Exactly. Instead of reacting to weekly noise, leaders look at patterns over time, strategic trade-offs, what's working consistently versus temporarily.
Mm-hmm.
That improves decision quality,
So paper doesn't compete with email, Slack, or alerts or any other software. It commands attention in a very different way, in a way that software rarely does. And in a long cycle industries like aviation, focus beats speed. Focus sometimes beats speed.
And don't get us wrong, we're not anti-software. We rely on it daily. But software is a tool, not a memory system and not a thinking environment.
Based on our own data, ABCI client relationships span years, sometimes decades, right? Aviation marketing unfolds over long horizons. That demands something more durable than constantly shifting dashboards. Because in aviation, success isn't always driven by speed. It's often driven by judgment, and judgment requires memory.
3 great reasons we send paper blinders, beyond the fact that we happen to like paper-based decision-making ourselves. The first one is the software reporting usually focuses on short-term data.
Number 2, paper preserves continuity through organization and technology changes.
Paper improves executive focus and decision quality.
Absolutely. So in aviation and any other long cycle business, memory is strategic infrastructure.
So the question isn't whether paper is outdated. The real question is what information is important enough that losing it would actually hurt.
These reports belong on paper, reviewed intentionally and preserved permanently. Because in aviation, success compounds slowly, and it only happens if you remember what you've already learned.
Hence paper.
Absolutely. See you next week.